The impact that GLP-1 medications such as semaglutide and tirzepatide have been simply amazing to see, not only on people's weight, but on their behavioral changes. Many are not only losing weight that they've struggled to lose before, but they're also making modifications in their lifestyles and going beyond simply what they see on their scale. Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to share a couple patient stories that have been on GLP-1s such as semaglutide for more than a year and see how it has impacted their lives, not only in terms of their weight loss journey, but also some of the changes and modifications they've made in their own lifestyles. If you are new to semaglutide, please be sure to click on the icon in the corner and learn more about what semaglutide can do for you. The New York Times has recently shared that over 7 million people are taking medications such as semaglutide or tirzepatide. Popular names are things like Mounjaro, Ozempic, Wegovy, etc. And this number is estimated to more than triple over the next 10 years. And it's simply incredible to see how this has impacted people's lives. So the big question is, why are people taking these medications and what kind of impact have they had on our bodies and on our weight journeys? Now, historically, the food industry has been one of the biggest industries that have really fine-tuned what makes food, especially ultra-processed food, so addictive in our minds and our body. Things like high fructose corn syrup is really sugar, but processed sugar to make it more addictive to our brains and body. This has really resulted in us overeating, really consuming a lot more calories than our body really needs. And it turns off certain switches in our brain that just says, you know what, this is yummy, even though I'm full, I'm just going to keep on eating and eating. And this results in additional caloric impact onto our bodies. We start putting on more weight, and a lot of this weight really comes in the form of storing fat. With these medications, what they do is it really slows down our gut. It slows down how we digest food. It makes us feel fuller sooner, but it also tends to do something in the brain that just really turns us off onto some of these ultra-processed foods. And it's really shifting the way the food industry is looking at how they think about this growing populations of people that are on these medications and whose palate are starting to shift in terms of what they eat, how much they consume, and the types of foods that they're seeking out when they go shopping. I have a couple patients that you're going to see little videos on and their journey and how this has impacted their lifestyle choices, as well as some of the impact that it's had on their weight and their body composition.
Hey you guys, this is Robin. Thanks for following me on my journey with my semaglutide. I have been on this journey for a little over a year. I started my weight loss journey a little bit prior to starting the semaglutide here with Integrated Aesthetics. I am down a total of 53 pounds since starting this journey. With the semaglutide, I've noticed that my diet has changed since starting the program. I definitely consume less when I eat, less intake. I try to stick to more proteins, protein shakes. Protein is usually my main first source, and then with some vegetables added to that. I do try to stay away from sweets, but every once in a while you still get a craving.
Hi everyone, I'm Shelby. I have been on semaglutide for about a year now, and I have lost 30 pounds. Before semaglutide, I was definitely a lazy kitchen person. I didn't really like to cook or meal prep, and because I wasn't cooking or meal prepping as much, I would go to fast food places more. Now that I have been on semaglutide for a while, my habits have definitely changed. So while I still go out to eat every now and then, I try to choose better options. Or if I do cook at home, I try to cook high protein and maybe use like a high protein pasta or smaller rice portions if I do have a carb. And I'm still working on introducing more vegetables into my diet, but it's a journey.
Another change that I find, not simply on the body composition, is when you start asking patients, what do they tend to eat now? And it's incredible to see some of the changes that are happening. Things that they used to have, such as ultra-processed foods, they may still happen, but in much smaller quantities. And it just doesn't seem to do the same thing that it used to do in terms of that addictive behavior. People are tending to choose more non-processed foods, such as whole fruits, vegetables, more pure sources of protein. And this is just an incredible journey that they're going on. Let me go over our first patient's weight journey and her body composition journey. At the beginning of the year of 2024, She started off with a weight of 258.8 pounds. And towards the end of the year, or the beginning of this year, she's now 233.6 pounds. So this is a significant weight change. Now let's go a little bit deeper into what are the sources of those weight changes. Her visceral fatty content is about the same, not too much change there, but her fatty tissue has gone down from 139.3 pounds down to 120.3. So you're seeing a significant amount, 19 pounds of fatty tissue loss, which is amazing. And that's exactly the type of source of weight loss that we're wanting to target. Our skeletal muscle mass has also gone down a little bit, but nowhere near the amount that the fatty tissue loss has been. We started off with 66.8 pounds, and now we're down to 62.6 pounds, so about 4 pounds or so of muscle loss. As she continues her journey, we're going to continue to emphasize a protein-oriented diet and really focusing on those resistance exercises to help maintain and preserve her muscle. So our second patient, towards the beginning of March of this year, started off with a total weight of 211.2 pounds. And this was 94 pounds of fatty tissue and 64.6 pounds of muscle. And more recently, her more recent one, she's gone down to 185.1 pounds total weight, and her body composition is now 74 pounds of fatty tissue, down from the 94, so that's 20 pounds of fatty tissue loss, and her muscle is now at 60.6, which is also down about 4 pounds. So about 20% of her weight loss was muscle, and about 80% was fat. So very strongly favoring fat loss, which is great. We're still going to encourage her to continue with her protein-oriented diet and really focusing on those resistant muscles to protect and preserve muscle.
I would say it's changed my happiness tremendously. Honestly, I haven't been this happy in my life in years. I feel more confident. I don't mind being in photos anymore. I don't mind taking selfies. I do think that when you feel more positive about yourself or you notice those changes, you don't always feel like you have to sit at home and hide behind things. Like, you can go out and the world is your oyster, and you can go and experience new things that you might have been scared to go to before. I know, like, some people who are heavy are afraid to go to amusement parks because they may not fit in a ride, but it's holding us back. And once you finally learn, hey, it's okay, I can do these things, your life opens the doors tremendously.
Weight loss is a journey, not a race. Everybody is different. Within a year, one person can lose 50 pounds while I only lose 30 pounds, and that's fine. The main thing is to stick with it and to not give up. Your goal is to be 1% better every day, not 100% better all the time. Over the past year, my weight loss journey has really helped me feel more confident in myself. I started to fit back into clothes again that I haven't worn in a long time. I'm wearing more clothes that show off the shape of my body now because I just feel better about myself. You know, I'm in a very happy relationship. We go to the gym together. We have our own goals for ourselves that we want to hit. We want to be healthy together. So overall, I'm very happy with my results, and I can't wait to see what happens in the next year.
So it is incredible to see what these medications have done, not only for these patients that you're hearing stories about, but just we're hearing the same stories from many of our patients. It just seems like their palate has been rewritten. It doesn't mean that their brain still doesn't say, oh, that processed food looks really good. They may actually try it, but they're going to do it in much more moderation. It's just not going to deliver the same reward mechanisms in their brain that it used to. It's also resulting in smaller quantities of food being ingested. They're just getting full faster, which is something that we can all use in our American diets. And hopefully this shift, and as a population of people that are on these medications grows, our food industry is going to start paying more and more attention to the types of foods that they prepare for us, and maybe even the quantities of the foods that they're packaging, so that it's more amenable to a healthier lifestyle and healthier choices. So don't forget, weight loss is not just an overnight phenomenon. It is a journey. It's something that's not just for 1 year, 2 years. It's a lifelong journey that we're on. If you like this video, you like this content, or you want to see additional things that we talk about, please leave a comment below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.